I'm 31, and for most of my life, family gatherings have felt like a stage where my older sister Amanda performs and everyone else watches. My parents, Diane and Robert, love hosting dinners, birthdays, holidays, you name it, and Amanda always finds a way to make herself the center of attention. She has a polished tone, a storyteller's confidence, and a habit of wrapping every memory around herself, like she's the dependable glue that holds the family together. It took me a while to realize those stories came at a cost. Every time she built herself up, she chipped something off me. If she talked about organizing Mom's surprise party, she'd mention how I forgot to RSVP. If she bragged about helping Dad fix the porch, she'd add that I didn't have time that weekend. Her stories always had that pattern, one part praise, one part quiet jab. The first time it really hit me was last Thanksgiving. Everyone was laughing and drinking wine when Amanda retold a story about Mom's birthday the year before. According to her, I completely forgot to buy a gift, and she had to rush out last minute to save the day. In reality, I'd ordered the present weeks ahead, picked it up, and even wrapped it myself. The receipt was still in my email. The laughter around the table sounded different that night, uneasy but polite. I didn't correct her, I just passed the mashed potatoes. I learned the hard way that correcting Amanda publicly only feeds her act. If I speak up, she tilts her head, smiles like she's the calm one, and says something like, "You're remembering wrong, sweetie. People always side with the person who looks calmer." So I stopped reacting. Silence, I've learned, keeps her off balance more than any argument ever could. My boyfriend Ethan noticed it too. After that Thanksgiving, he said, "Have you realized she ends every story with herself as the hero?" He was right. Every story wrapped with the same neat bow. Families need someone dependable like me. It was branding, not bonding. So I started paying attention. Every time she twisted a story, I made a note. Screenshots, texts, receipts, little things. Not because I planned to expose her, but because I wanted to be certain of my own reality. When I mentioned the pattern to my parents, they brushed it off. "Amanda just likes to talk," Mom said. "Don't take it personally." Dad nodded along. That's when I realized they'd heard her version so many times they'd started believing it too. The irony wasn't lost on me. I'm a communications manager. My whole job is protecting my company's reputation, controlling how people see us. But in my own family, my reputation was quietly slipping away, story by story. To outsiders, Amanda's the responsible sister, organized, generous, the one everyone can count on. Friends and relatives repeat her stories like their gospel because they've never heard another version. It wasn't just harmless talk anymore. Over time, I noticed small shifts. Mom started reminding me about things I'd already done. Dad started calling Amanda first when something went wrong. They didn't even realize they were doing it. It was just the version of me they'd absorbed through years of Amanda's narration. The worst part was remembering it wasn't new. Years ago, when I was dating someone seriously, Amanda had pulled him aside at a family barbecue. Later, he told me she'd confided that I was afraid of commitment. 2 months later, he ended things. That memory used to make me furious. Now it just reminded me that Amanda didn't lie for fun. She rewrote reality to stay admired. It all came to a head after our grandmother passed away. During a conversation about her will, Amanda casually mentioned how she visited Grandma every week while Natalie was always too busy. I could barely believe it. Grandma had lived 3 hours away, and I'd been the one driving up on weekends with groceries and medicine. That was the moment something inside me settled. I wasn't going to argue anymore. Ethan told me, "Let her talk long enough, and she'll trip on her own story." He was right. Amanda's version of reality was so